Miss GoElectric here in Orlando, Florida at the Electrify Expo. This weekend, I'm here busting myths on the EV reality check stage. The event is touring the country and it's an awesome way to get hands-on with EVs, e-bikes, and more. Today is Sunday, March 23rd, 2025, and this is The Current, weekly EV news in about 10 minutes. During their annual meeting this week, Volkswagen Group and Audi-owned luxury brand Bentley provided some insight on their EV assembly lines, which are being installed at the oldest building at their Crewe, England facility. The brand had originally planned to launch its first all-electric model in 2025, but has delayed those plans until 2026, with deliveries expected in 2027. The compact SUV will be smaller than the Mentega and based on the PPE platform like the Audi A6 e-tron, Q6 e-tron, and Porsche Macan. The company did not reveal sales figures for specific models, but overall sales were down 10% in 2024 compared to 2023. Dr. Frank Stefan Walliser, chairman and CEO of Bentley Motors, commented on the year's financial results, saying, "Last year was a milestone in our transformation towards an electric future. We are making unprecedented investments at Bentley, not only to fundamentally renew our product life cycle, but also to transform an 85-year-old site for the new era of electrification. These critical foundations ensure our long-term sustainability and success. Despite global challenges in 2024 and the phase-out and renewal of 3 of our 4 model ranges, the financial resilience measures introduced towards the end of the last decade ensure a 6th consecutive year of consistent profitability." While many competitors, including VW siblings, have walked back EV goals, Bentley still aims to become a fully electric luxury vehicle brand by 2035. They said they'll launch either a battery electric or hybrid model each year until then. Nissan has teamed up with South Korea's SK On to supply nearly 100 gigawatt-hours of high-nickel batteries for its North American EV production. The contract for these U.S.-manufactured batteries goes from 2028 to 2033 and is intended to supply next-generation Nissan EVs to be manufactured in Canton, Mississippi. SK On has 2 standalone battery factories in Commerce, Georgia. They've also got 3 partner facilities, including Ford's Blue Oval, Kentucky and Tennessee plants, and Hyundai Motor Group's Bartow, Georgia facility. SK On says their annual U.S. production capacity is expected to exceed 180 gigawatt-hours when all are up and running. For comparison, competing LG Energy Solutions plans to produce 215 gigawatt-hours in the U.S. this year with their partners GM, Honda, Hyundai, and Toyota. Tesla produces about 7 gigawatt-hours per year at Giga Texas and about 37 gigawatt-hours in partnership with Panasonic in Nevada, but with expansion plans of 100 gigawatt-hours annually. Samsung SDI aims to produce approximately 103 gigawatt-hours yearly by 2027, with U.S. partners Stellantis and GM. SK On said they'll invest an additional $661 million and create 1,700 jobs alongside Nissan's commitment of $500 million for EV production in Canton. As we've reported, Nissan is not financially healthy, but they've recently named a new CEO. So far, the brand's ambitious ARC business plan to launch 16 electrified models among 30 new vehicles by 2028 remains intact. Last year, we reported when Nissan delayed their plans to start EV production in Canton and extended the EV production line from 2 to 5 new EV models. 2 electric SUVs are scheduled to debut ahead of 2 sedans, and the 5th is expected to be a compact crossover, roughly the size of the internal combustion Nissan Rogue. Often we report about electrification regressions, but it is important to remember that hundreds of billions of dollars in long-term EV investments are proceeding as planned. Nissan and SK On is one example of that inertia, which doesn't always hit the front page, fueled by PR or marketing dollars or sensationalism. What do you think Nissan needs to do in order to reemerge as an EV leader here in the US? Back in episode 42, I reported that at least 10 new passenger EVs by various automakers have been confirmed to be developed upon CATL's latest EvoGo battery swapping standard called Choco Swap. CATL is the world's largest battery maker, and they had historically focused on heavy-duty and taxi swapping platforms. Automaker Nio dominated the consumer vehicle market in Asia and Europe with a vast network of at least 3,000 stations and about 700,000 EVs on the road, including their sub-brand Onvo. Last year, automakers including Chery, Geely, Changan, and JAC announced they'd be starting producing models which could utilize the Nio swapping network. This week, CATL and Nio announced they'll be teaming up to support one another's networks, which will establish a standardization in the market. The upcoming Nio budget sub-brand Firefly will use the Chaco swap standard, and those vehicles will be able to swap at CATL or Nio stations. CATL will invest hundreds of millions of dollars into Nio as part of the partnership. All 1.3 million EVs sold in the USA in 2024 contained a single battery pack which was designed to last the life of the vehicle. Last year in China, about 5.5 million EVs were also sold with fixed batteries, but there were over 500,000 EVs which were sold with swappable batteries. Today, there are about 4,000 swapping stations in China, with about 2,000 more planned for installation this year. Over 100,000 swaps are performed daily. In that market, where nearly half of all new automobiles are electric, we can see what is required for EVs to make sense for a wider range of drivers. Commercial fleets and passenger vehicles benefit from 2 to 5 minute swaps and the ability to improve range with higher capacity packs as needed. Swapping makes EV ownership at least as convenient as combustion vehicle ownership for those who could not install level 2 charging stations at home or require rapid refresh times for taxi or other business operations. This technology also enables lower purchase prices because batteries can be offered as a monthly service rather than an outright purchase. For example, Nio owners don't have to worry about battery longevity or missing out on battery advancement. Network operators benefit from swapping due to the flexibility to charge the packs when energy demand and prices are low at lower speeds. Each swapping station can sell the energy back to the electrical utility for profit in times for high demand. The network serves as a nationwide series of valuable peaker plants, strengthening the grid. Battery swapping is not just theoretically useful, it is a proven ingredient to high levels of EV adoption in other parts of the world. In America, we're only aware of one startup working on this technology, and that is Ample. You can check out our detailed video here if you haven't already. Speaking of Ample, they announced this week that they are going to be launching their services in Tokyo, Japan, after their investment from Mitsubishi Corporation last fall. How long do you think it will take for battery swapping to begin to take hold in the USA? While we're on the topic of Chinese EVs, their largest EV manufacturer, BYD, launched a groundbreaking battery system this week. They claimed their Super E platform can charge an EV in just 5 minutes. BYD's founder, Wang China-Fu, demonstrated it during a live stream from their company's headquarters. The 1 megawatt system can deliver 400 kilometers or 249 miles of range at the 5-minute mark. That's a 10C charging rate. The first Chinese passenger EVs to support the ultra-fast charging system will be the Han L sedan and Tang L SUV. Pre-orders are now open for each, and they're expected to hit the Chinese market later this year for a starting price of under $40,000. BYD ultimately plans to roll out 4,000 megawatt charging stations across China. We've seen and reported upon megawatt charging before, but the consumer focus and scale of this launch is unique. Do you think BYD will change the EV market with this technology? Shorter charging times are often cited as a requirement for drivers who have not yet decided to go electric. Personally, I think cost and range are the most significant hurdles for mass adoption, but I welcome this innovation. As each objection is overcome, the decision to go electric will be increasingly easy for everyone to make. Do you think readily available 5-minute public charging will reduce demand for long-range EVs or overnight home charging solutions? This week, we were among the first in the world to publish a super detailed review of the comfy and high-tech Velotric Breeze 1 e-bike at launch. We've had more than a month with it, and I'm thrilled to finally be allowed to share the pros and cons with you. No joke, e-bikes can change your life no matter your age or fitness level. If you're interested in learning about two-wheel mobility or want to buy an e-bike this spring, be sure to subscribe to Miss GoElectric Ride Reviews channel. March is a good time to check out our 8-part e-bike buying guide series, which starts at the very beginning so you can understand which style might work best for you and what to look for when you narrow your search. I often have discount links and coupon codes up there too. You might be surprised at just how many different types of e-bikes and e-mobility options there are. Stay tuned for at least 5 more e-bike reviews scheduled for March and April, including a few very special new models. Well, that just about wraps up our episode for this week. If you plan to stop at the Electrify Expo in Orlando, come say hi at the EV Reality Check booth, where I'll be debunking EV myths for the rest of the weekend. This is the first of 8 stops this year, and although I won't be at all of them, I'll be sure to link them below if you want to attend at a city near you. If you like EVs, you will love this festival. Don't forget to join me on X, Instagram, LinkedIn, and TikTok for real-time updates and fun stories which might not fit into the current or YouTube. From here, we'll head to the EV Charging Summit in Las Vegas to bring you many new stories and interviews with industry leaders, so stay tuned. Thank you all for joining me this week, and until next time, drive, fly, ride. Go electric.